so that you can forget about other things. I came up with this idea last night when I was trying to fall asleep and was having trouble, and the thing that I always do to help occupy my mind is I will think of like all of the cities that I can think of that start with the letter A, and then I'll move on to B and then C. And it kind of gave me the idea for this video. So essentially, each question I will be asking you to name all of the things you can think of in that category within the time before I move on to the next question, and we'll have a new category. So just think of all of the things in that category you can think of. If you can't think of anything, then name something in a different category. It's okay. This is just meant to relax your mind and get it off of other things. Don't worry about thinking too hard or having to have the right answer. So I hope this will be fun. I'll just give you some time with each question, do some visual triggers, and we're gonna sleep well, okay? So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy. So for your first question, number one, I want you to think of countries that start with the letter A. Any countries that you can think of that start with A, whether that's one country you can think of or 10 different countries that you can name. Name countries that start with the letter A. Alright, let's move on to question number 2. Good job with the countries. Now I would like you to think of ways to eat a potato. All of the different ways you can think of to cook or eat a potato. Maybe your favorite way, maybe your least favorite way, maybe something you haven't tried yet. All of the ways to eat a potato. Alright, good job with the potato. Question number 3, I would like you to think of colors that start with the letter B, as in boy. Can you think of 2 or 3, maybe even 4 different colors that start with the letter B? I know there are less of those, so we won't spend too much time on that question. Let's move on to question number 4. And I want you to think of body parts that have 3 letters. 3 letters. The first one that comes to my mind is lip. But I want you to think of all of the body parts you can with 3 letters. Think Olympics and think of girls' names that start with the letter E. Female names starting with the letter E. Can you think of a few of them? Can you think of a few? Okay, good job, good job. Question number 7. Number 7, can you think of Winter Olympic sports? Sports that are in the Winter Olympics. Maybe one you like to watch. Maybe one you don't like to watch so much, but you can think of it. Winter Olympic sports. Alright, question number 8. Number 8. I want you to think of one name celebrities. Celebrities that go by just one name. The first one that comes to my mind is Kesha, but I know there are a lot of others. One name celebrities. How many can you think of? Think of them. One name, one name celebrities. Okay. Question number 9. Number 9. I want you now to think of animals that start with the letter S. Animals that start with S. Any animal. small ones, big ones? Any dog breeds you can think of? How many dog breeds could you name? Okay. Alright, good job on the dog breeds. Not my forte, but a lot of people like them. Question number 16. I want you to name countries that start with the letter M this time. M, as in mommy. How many can you think of starting with M? Think of some. Tried to do ones with a decent number of possible things that you could think of so you didn't run out. Countries starting with M. Okay, I know some people might not know any, so I don't want you to be. Let your mind wander to other things. Let's move on to question number 17. I want you to think of palindromic words. Words that are the same forwards and backwards. Could be super simple ones like mom. Could be really complicated ones like race car. But words that are the same forwards and backwards, whichever way you spell them. Palindromic. Palindromic words. Palindromic. Palindromic. Okay. Did you think of a few? As long as you thought of a couple. Let's move on to question number 18. And I want you to think of ways to cook an egg. Ways to cook eggs. There's got to be some that you can think of. Eggs, eggs, eggs. Maybe your favorite. Maybe not. I know I'm not the biggest fan of eggs, but I do know a lot of ways to cook them. Okay. Let's now move on to question number 19. I want you to think of 3-letter animals. Animals that are spelled with just three letters. How many can you think of? When I was thinking of this, I thought of some obscure ones first, and then I thought, oh wait, the animal I have in my house has 3 letters. So, sometimes the simplest answer is right in front of you, and you forget. 3-letter animals. 3 letters. Okay, let's move on to question number 20. Number 20. I would like you to think of cities that start with the letter T. T. Cities. Cities of the world starting with T. question number 21. Let's move on to number 21. I would like you to think of 2-letter words. 2-letter words. There are actually a lot of words that only have 2 letters in them. How many can you think of? How many? How many? How many? How many? Okay. We can go to question number 22. 22. I would like you to think of things that are green. Things that are green. Once again, maybe your belongings in your room around you. Maybe things that are outside. Maybe your eyes are green. Name all of the things you can think of around you that are green. It's like I spy. I spy something green. Good job. You know a lot of things that are green. Let's move on to question number 23. And I want you to think of sports that require a ball. Sports where you use a ball for it. Ball sports. Some of them have ball in the name. Others do not. Others do not. How many sports can you think of? Okay, that's quite a few. Quite a few sports. Let's move to question number 24. 24. I want you to think of fruits. Fruits that start with the letter B. B as in boy. All of the fruits that start with B. There are actually a good number of fruits that start with B. What are they? 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 Question number 27. I would like you to think of words that end with Y. Words that end with Y. If you're a Wordle fan, you probably know quite a few that end with Y that are 5 letters long. Words ending with Y. Okay, good job with the words that end with Y. Let's move on to question 28. I would like you to think of types of fish. Types of fish in the sea. Maybe ones that you can eat, like a salmon. Maybe ones that we don't normally eat, like a starfish, or is a shark a fish? I don't actually know. Is a shark a fish? I know dolphins aren't and whales aren't. Name all of the fish that you can think of. Okay. Question number 29. I want you to list 5-letter cities. Cities of the world that have just 5 letters. 5 letters. I'm sure there are some in the area you live in your country, and lots in other countries. 5-letter cities. Okay. Alright. Maybe you're getting a little bit tired of geography. We'll take a break from geography. Question number 30. I want you to name modes of transportation. Ways that you can take to get somewhere. Whether it's walking or taking another mode of transportation. Ways to get somewhere. Okay. Question number 31. I want you to think of things that are brown. Things that are brown. My shirt is brown. You can list my shirt as one of the things that is brown. How many things can you name? My hair is brown. My eyebrows are brown. My eyes are brown. I'm completely brown today. All shades of brown. Okay. Question number 32. Let's name types of bread. Types of bread. Question number 33. 33. I would like you to name card games. Name all of the games you can think of that you play with a deck of cards. The card games. I actually don't know too many. Or I don't know how to play too many, but I could probably name some. Can you think of card games? Card games. Question number 34. We're almost done. Question number 34. I would like you to name boys' names that start with the letter J. Boys' names that start with J. What boys' names can you think of? Starting with J. 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 I know there are quite a few, actually. Alright, we'll move on to our last question for tonight, and then I'll let you drift off to sleep or back to whatever else you are doing. Question number 35. I would like you to name things that are orange. Things that are orange. An orange is